What lessons have you learned so far in this journey? As you look at the next year, into the next several years, how do you see this continuing to evolve?
We have found a really great reception, even among our alumni. But there are some alums, for example, who just haven't been actively involved.
Sure.
But they might be entrepreneurs. They might be, very different thinkers. And suddenly, after years of kind of saying, like, yes, I love my alma mater, but I have lots of philanthropic priorities. There are lots of other organizations that need my resources. Suddenly now they're kind of sitting up and saying, oh, wait, my institution is actually doing some really interesting different things. Lessons learned. One is, and this goes back to what you said at the beginning, actually being able to narrate the journey that I have been leading Drew on, why we're doing this, why higher ed needs to change, and where we think we're going with it. That has been the key to getting people to sit up and really take notice. But here's on the flip side, another interesting lesson learned is always having to balance out that, especially when you're talking to alumni, this is their alma mater that remains the place where, in many of their instances, they met their spouse.
Right.
They found their passion. They started their career. They met their favorite professor. They won a conference championship on the basketball court, whatever it is. I think what's interesting is that if you take a step back from an entrepreneurial innovation standpoint, you think, okay, we're going here. But when you're talking to alums, if you want to bring them along and not alienate them, you have to also be really careful to continue to pull the pieces of Drew University that are always going to be here, right, along with them. Because what you don't want is for them to feel like, and this is not what we're doing, but again, you have to make sure people understand this isn't like we're at A and we're going to completely flip and go to Z.
Right.
It's that we're saying, here's what's so special about this institution that you have cared about for the last 20 or 30 years. These core things are still going to be here, but it might end up looking different. I have to keep reminding myself too, right? Like, I am stewarding this institution, but it's not mine. It is still theirs. And so that balance of leaning into doing future-oriented things that will serve us well into the future, also never forgetting the importance of all the history.